All right, everybody. Scott Pierce here at Listings to Leads. We're going to be going over open houses and how to generate listings and buyers from your open house. Next to expireds, open houses are one of the best ways to get in front of people, to engage people, to start getting listings. And we're going to walk through, there's a lot to the open houses. So as we go through this, I put in a couple of links into the chat. And the first one is a link to Listings to Leads. If you have a chance to log in with me and to get some of the stuff done together, that would be awesome. Would love to do that with you. So if you have any questions, we can cover them while we go through this. And I put a link to our cheat sheet, which I'll get to here in a few minutes. It's got a lot of great stuff on it. And keep in mind, like anything else, whether it's a workout, it's diet, it's anything, the likelihood of you learning this and getting great at it the first one or two times out is maybe a little bit unrealistic. So just keep at it. Okay. We have so many clients that get buyers, that get listings from doing open houses with our tools and our training, that it should really be one of the top sources for both listings and buyers that we've got. All right. That you've got in your business. Going after expireds, that's another massive one. And you'll see when you log into your Listings to Leads account, there's a pop-up and it will get you to the information that you need to join us for that. But at this point, go ahead and type in where you're coming in from, who you're with. Would love to say hello real quickly and get yourself over to listingstoleads.com. Check out the videos on our homepage. Got some great videos here to take a look at. And when we log in, you're going to land on the dashboard. And before we get started, I've got an email for you that you're going to want to get out. So log in, scroll down. So you're on the dashboard. I want you to scroll down and you're going to see a section called Database Email Blast. Engage seller and buyer leads. There is a new email for NARS pending home sales that we just released yesterday. And you want to check this out every week or so because we drop new emails all the time in here. And so here we got pending home sales, highest in 3 years. And if you click on that, you can send this through your CRM. You can send it through Listings to Leads. And what I'm going to do here is real quickly, the whole idea of this email is you want to get it to your homeowner, your home seller leads. And it's talking about the fact that the pending home sales for November were one of the highest, or were the highest in almost 3 years. And which is phenomenal. All right. That's great news. And we want to then contextualize that with, if there's anybody that's thinking about getting their home sold, that you don't want to wait till the spring market when all these other homeowners are going to come to market, right? The spring market after the holidays, it gets very popular. More and more people start listing their home for sale. And so we want to let our homeowners and our home seller leads know if they're thinking about selling their home anytime soon, get on it now before a lot more come to market in the typical spring market that we have in most areas. That makes sense for everybody? So again, you're going to log in, scroll down to database emails, and the email is called pending home sales, highest in 3 years. All right. Click on the subject line. You're going to land right where I'm at right now. This is sitting in an editor. So I can edit it however I want. There's a preview tab. So there's edit, there's preview. And let me show you something. If you click send test email, all right, I'm going to click send and let me go open that up. So give me a second here. I'm going to pop that out on my other monitor. And here's that email that I just sent test email. And so what we continue on with after letting them know about, don't wait till the spring market. If you're serious, right? You don't want the competition, right? There's buyers out there that are serious. And if you like clarity on timing and strategy, reply to this email and I'll send you personally a custom copy of our 100 plus point home marketing plan. You can preview our general version here, and this will be a link to your branded presentation. So you've got this inside of your listing to leads account. This is similar to the ones that you can create for your listing presentation, where it's got the homeowner's home name and address on the cover. And so this will be in your account. Your email will go to your presentation booklet. All right, which is absolutely phenomenal. And that again, it also offers a current market value estimate of your home. No pressure, just information so you can decide what makes most sense. So this is going to be a phenomenal email. All right. We want to get this to all of our homeowners, all of our home sellers in our database as quickly as possible. To send it through listings to leads, in the edit section, you're going to see over here it says send to, and I can select whatever I want. I got seller leads right there. And then I can click schedule to schedule this out at a later date and time. I've got send. I can send it right now. And if you've got it, do it. Get this out the door. I can also, if I want to send it through my CRM, you got two choices. One thing a lot of people just do to keep it easy, click on preview and just highlight and copy. Now, there is a copy code for those of you that want to do the copy code. There's an extra step right there. All right. There's an extra step, but that's a great way to do it as well. But again, just highlight, copy, go to your CRM. So it could be Lofty, could be Sierra, could be Follow Up Boss, it could be Constant Contact, and go to where you're going to send out an email to your homeowners and your seller leads. So subject line, I'm going to do pending home sales, the highest in nearly 3 years. So that's my subject line. Hit next. And then wherever your editor is, so whatever, in your CRM, go to the editor and you can just paste it in just like that. And so in about 3 or 4 seconds, I can have that email ready to go. I can edit it here. So I put a little space right there. You're going to want to save a draft. All right. And then from your CRM, if you're going to send it through your CRM, send yourself another test email, make sure everything looks great, and then get that out the door. Get that to all of your homeowner, all your home seller leads. What I would then do is a couple of times during the day, I might check to see, go to your stats and see all the people that clicked on that link. So all the people that clicked on that link, I would call them up. All right. I would call them up. I wouldn't mention that I saw them clicking the link. But I would call them up and I would just say, hey, Monica, this is Scott. And just sent an email out to all of my clients and all of my VIPs regarding pending home sales are at the highest they've been in almost 3 years. I just want to make sure you got that email. A lot of times people will click the link, they'll look through it, they'll like what they're seeing, and they just don't have time to get back to you for whatever reason. And as great salespeople that we all are, I want you to be sure to take the initiative, call these people up. And I would just start again with that quick little, again, hey, Jessica, Scott here at XYZ Realty. I just sent an email regarding the pending home sales are at their highest level in 3 years because of, and this is from NAR's website, because of lower interest rates or lower mortgage rates and higher wage growth. So it's getting more buyers back into the market. And I sent out an email letting everybody know. And because I just want to make sure, because anybody thinking about selling in the spring market, that's a time that a lot of other people list their home for sale as well. And so if there's anybody that's thinking about selling, getting your home to market, getting your home for sale before that could be very advantageous to you. All right. Makes sense for everybody. Very clear, very simple. So get this email out the door ASAP. Maybe don't do it right now while we're on the call together, because we're going to jump in and get to a lot of other phenomenal things. But you've got it there for a little bit later. Do not forget. All right. Are we good? Everybody good on that one? I'm going to scroll back up to the top. So let me know if we're good or not with that email. And Sarah, yeah, definitely want to make sure that you get that email out to your leads as well. And like I said, let me show you also. I'm going to give you all this link because I went and I created a social media post from the same thing. So I put this on Facebook, right? It's the exact same thing. Pending home sales recently posted the strongest performance in nearly 3 years. And the only thing different between a social media post and the email, we say reply back. And the social media post, I just put comment below or DM me. So everything else is the exact same, except here it says comment or DM. All right. All right. And the last thing on this I will show you is right here. There's that link for the flip book. Now in the email, it's going to be your flip book. So there's no problem. All right. That's easy. You can grab that link right from your email. And I'm going to scroll down again. So again, from the dashboard, scroll down, database email blast, pending home sales, highest in 3 years. All right. We click on that. We can either send it through Listings to Leads. We can copy it into our own CRM. And then we can also just take this. I'm sorry, go to preview. There you go. Go to the preview and then copy this. All right. So copy that. You go to Facebook and you just paste it in. Let me scroll up and I'll make it a new post. There we go. And I'll just do a little formatting. And that way you got your URL right there. And like I said, the only thing I would change is these like 3 or 4 words right here. Because here it says, if you'd like clarity on timing and strategy, reply to this email and I'll send it to you personally. As a Facebook post, reply to this email makes no sense. So I'm just going to put DM me or comment below. And perfect. Now we got a beautiful email. And that's fine. And just hit post. And now we got a great social media post. All right. All right. Let's get back to what we are doing today. So let's go talk about open houses. And who here has got an open house coming up this coming weekend? Could be a great time for an open house. People are traveling. They might be in a place where they're actually looking to buy a home. They're visiting family, wherever they might be, right? They're looking to buy a home. So you're going to have some serious people perhaps out. When I was a real estate agent with one of the top agents in San Francisco, he would always say the holidays are the best times because the people that are out during a holiday, they're serious. All right. And so we want to make sure that we do everything possible to cast and create the best net possible to both get people into our open house, buyers and sellers, but also to engage them while we're there. So it's like almost like a 2-step thing where we want to get people in, we want to engage people, and then of course we're going to want to make sure that we do some great follow-up afterwards. Before we get at it, I put this link already in the chat. I'm going to do it one more time. Be sure to click on this link and save it for later. I'm just going to point out a few things here for you. So the main open house and lead gen training overview, click here. So this is the main page for marketing. So how do we market that open house to get people at it? So we're going to be walking through all of this live today, but for a write-up for later, you can take a look at that later. Open House Mastery. This is a phenomenal presentation that is inside of your Listings to Leads account. You click on Marketing Calendar, Presentations, and then Open House Mastery. And I'm going to walk you through that right now. In Listings to Leads right there, Marketing Calendar and Presentations, Open House Mastery. And they're all the same thing, except this is the checklist. This is a PDF guide, and this itself is the presentation. I highly recommend that you go through this when you got 10 to 15 minutes. It's super easy to do, but it walks you through how to select a great open house to hold open, how to prepare for the open house. So not just marketing, but talking about yard signs, talking about making sure we got some balloons or a flag out front, talking about bringing in a portable speaker to have a little bit of music playing, talking about the power of smell or scent, catering, right? Whether you'd want to do some premium mixed nuts and branded water, right? There's a lot of options here that we walk through here, but just a lot of great information that is above and beyond just the idea of marketing. We got scripts for introducing to people, scripts for when people get done touring the property. So there's a lot here. Okay. This is almost like a college course on how to do an open house. So again, as you go through open houses and as you get more experience doing it, you will get better. Don't be too hard on yourself in the beginning, because every time you do an open house and you follow the plan, you're going to get better and better at it, to the point where we've got clients that get listings, they get buyers from their open houses. And that's what we want for you. All right. I don't want you wasting your time, right? Wasting your time with activities that don't produce, right, is pointless. So we don't want you doing that. So we want to make sure that we got a great plan that we can replicate, that we can scale, that we can do every week. And as we keep doing it every single week or every other week at worst, that we get better and we get more proficient with it. All right. We got the 7-day marketing calendar. So this is a different version of what we're going to do today. And this just walks through what to do on Monday, what to do on Tuesday. Now we're going to walk through all of this today, but this just breaks it down on a daily basis so that we got a little bit of something, something going out every day. All right. And we're going to be covering that live today. See actual Instagram stories. So you can see some examples of Instagram stories with images and video clips. And what I want you to notice here are links to different landing pages and offers. We got polls that people can take a poll. So this is free. What a great way for absolutely free every single day for the week before the open house to stay in front of people. All right. This was a little video clip going to the single property website. And so there's a training video that walks through how to do all of this. And then down here, there's some really good Facebook mastermind, excuse me, some good mastermind posts in our mastermind group that I thought I would share with everybody. So here's a post from one of our clients, John, right? Did the Facebook ad with the AI text follow-up. The AI text follow qualified the lead. John got a hold of him and got their first offer accepted at $500,000, all from a Facebook ad that we're going to walk through today. This is from another client. Got a seller, got a couple of buyer leads. And right, here we go. Good stuff. So a lot of these posts I'm linking to, make sure you get into the comments. Seller request visitor to sign in. If you want, there is a Canva link here for the seller request everyone to sign in. So you got access to this. What you can do is you can request access. I'll give you view access, and then you can change the image. You can change the text. All right. And let's see what else we got. A couple other nice little things in here. Your seller showcase video. Oh, this is so phenomenal. This is something that people love doing. This video that you're going to see right video is in your Listing to Leads account. This is the video version of that flip book. You know, the flip book that we just looked at in the email that we're going to send to our seller leads today? This is the video version of it that you can download. You can upload it to your YouTube channel. You can play it right from Listing to Leads. And what people love doing is playing this at an open house. Imagine all those neighbors walking through the open house and they see this video playing. And this video is essentially walking through how you get homes sold. And it's absolutely phenomenal. This is something that would cost hundreds and hundreds of dollars if you were to do it yourself. All right. But it's gorgeous. It's 5 minutes long. And I'll point you in the direction of where that is here in today's call. And let's see, open house sign in forms. Let's see what that is. All right. So just a couple of examples of the sign in forms that we'll be covering today. And the last one, PDF guides. Oh, yeah, this is so good. This is another phenomenal way to engage buyers and sellers at your open house. Look at this right here. So all those, there's a section in Listings to Leads called PDF guides. They've all got print flyers. And what I recommend is you get some of these acrylic flyer holders, right? You can get like 10 of them for, I don't know, like 10 of them for $30 maybe, or 5 of them for $15 on Amazon. And you print up a couple of those print flyers for the different PDF guides, and then people can scan the QR code and download. Look at that. Absolutely awesome. And there was another post, I believe. Let's see, post 2. I think in post 2, I walked through. So check that out. And there's people that actually do this, right? They'll put a different one in different rooms. So maybe a buyer guide and like a buyer and a seller guide in the kitchen, a buyer guide or seller guide in the backyard, maybe one in the bedroom, one in the hallway, right? Every home is going to be different. And I would recommend maybe getting 2 for the buyer guides, 2 for the seller guides. And that way people are just walking around the home. They can scan the QR code, bring up the landing page, and they can download the guide right here. How awesome is that? All right, so take a look at that a little bit later, but let's get at it. Let's do some good marketing here. So, all right, so everybody, if you have a chance, log into Listings to Leads. If you need help getting the listing into your account, definitely let our support team know. I just set an open house right here. So if you need to set the open house, and this is good for your listing or borrowed. I should have said that earlier. Your listing or a borrowed listing, this is phenomenal. Click Add Open House. All right, add open house date and time. I can add a second one if I need to. And I've already got it set right here. So all I'm going to do is click the green market listing button. We're going to do a Facebook ad. Now, I want you to think, and hopefully you appreciate this. There's 3 questions that leads are going to answer before they even get to name, email, and phone number. So we're going to go through this ad twice. I'm just going to do it quickly, and then I'm going to show you what the ad looks like, and then we're going to go through it again. So create ad, Folsom, California. So it's going to populate the area of the open house. Don't do, if for those of you in Florida, I know you lived in Chicago, New York, for an open house, if they're not down there already, then don't worry about it, because it's going to capture everybody living and around that are in the area. So just do Folsom. We got special housing ad category taken care of. We've got the privacy policy link taken care of. I would leave it at radius 15, lifetime budget. I'm telling you, if you're doing an open house, if you can swing $100, I would. Why? Because there is an opportunity for me to meet these people. Sorry. If it was regular, just listed or whatever, maybe I don't go up that high. But most people will tell you, you want to be at $10 a day minimum. So that would be 50, 60, $70, depending on when you run the ad and when it's going to end. But man, I'm going to be there, and I'm going to be kicking it with a lot of great stuff, because everybody coming through, I'm going to engage them 2, 3, 4x versus every other open house those people go to. All right. When they come to my open house, they're going to get to know me. I'm going to get to know them via all of these things I'm doing. And so I'm going to bump it up. If I'm going to spend 3 to 4 hours preparing, doing, breaking down, I'm going to invest. I'm going to invest in my skill level. So $100, start and end date. So if I need to end it, there's no point going after it past the open house. So I'm just going to select the date of the open house and time. I'll say the open house is from like 1 to 4. So I'll let the ad end at 3:30, essentially. and create ad. Now, the text is editable, the image is editable. I can do video, I can do retargeting, there's a million different things I can do. If you want to get in there and mess around, feel free. For the most part, you really don't need to. All right. You really don't need to. The only thing you need to do, confirm location, increase your budget, click create ad. It should take you all of 10 seconds, literally. Here is what the ad is going to, yeah, I'm sorry. So here's what the ad's going to look like. So I want you to appreciate this because follow up, right? Generating leads, but following up with leads. And I'm going to show you something. And then I'm going to show you how to edit it. Here we go. So check this out. Open house in Folsom. All right. People click the ad and notice, what is your time frame to buy? 3 to 6 months. Would you like my free ultimate guide to buying a home? Yes, send it now. And then, do you have a home to sell? Sometimes a lot of people say no, obviously. Some people say yes. These questions are automatic. They're automatically going to appear. You can customize them, you can turn them on or off, you can reorder them, but these questions are going to be there by default. So when you are generating leads, pay attention to the lead notification email. If you got leads going to your CRM, pay attention to that because this information will pass through to your CRM. It will be on the lead detail page, and it will also be in the email that you get. All right. So they're going to answer these 3 questions. And we got the same thing for seller leads, although the questions are different for the seller leads. But now, and if they say yes to the ultimate guide to buying a home, we send it to them automatically via the autoresponder. And it's branded to you. It's the one from your Listings to Leads account. So they're going to get that automatically. If they say yes to, do you have a home to sell? Phenomenal. They're going to put, what is your time frame to buy? A lot of people just put, especially first-time home buyers will put just dreaming because they don't know. They don't know the process. Don't worry too much about what they put here. Use it as an indicator. But again, most people that are just dreaming, what they are first-time home buyers. Okay. They just don't know the process. So follow up with these people. All right. Don't say they're just dreaming. I'm not going to bother them. No, you're wasting money if you don't call them up. All right. No matter what they put here, you're going to follow up, but your follow up will be influenced by how they answered. Someone like this, I might call them up and say, hey, thank you for responding to my ad about the open house. I hope to see you there. We're going to be there from 1 to 4. If you're not able to make it, but like to schedule a private showing, right? Just let me know. And also, let me know if you have any questions about the ultimate guide to buying a home that you got from me. All right. It's a great guide. It's helped a lot of my clients. And if you have any questions, I would love to help you out with that. And I see that you have a home to sell. If you'd like to get a free home value estimate or an equity update or see my 100 plus point home marketing plan, I could share all of that with you as well. So by them answering these questions gives you a lot of great information to shape your follow-up. And usually you're going to 2 to 3x your follow-up engagement if you base your follow-up on these questions. Does that make sense for everybody? And then they're going to click continue, name, email, phone number, click continue, submit, and they're going to go to the single property website. See how easy that was? Completely automated. I didn't have to put in a link. I didn't have to do this or that. Absolutely awesome. So let's do this one more time. So Facebook and Instagram ad, let me turn that off. So when you click on a Facebook and Instagram ad, you're going to be right here. You're going to confirm location, right? Confirm, increase your budget, right? A lot of, all of these things are editable, and click create ad. Now, those questions, pay attention here, please. Advanced options. So open up advanced options, and there's a green button called create new form. It's just right there, form questions. And There's 25 different ones I can select. So I could say, for example, would you like a list of price reduced homes for sale? Now you can only have 3 on the first part of the lead form. After that, it's just too much. And so, for example, I might change my ultimate guide to, would you like a list of price reduced homes for sale? And then I could even drag that up if I want to above this one. And so now you can see my form. Would you like a list of price reduced homes for sale? What is your time frame to buy? Do you have a home to sell? So I can customize these questions however I want. But again, make sure that your follow up is going to reflect their responses to those questions. Does that make sense for everybody? This is a phenomenal way to make sure that you're going to increase your follow up and your engagement, because now you're following up with people regarding things that are important to them. All right. Price list. If they said they want to list a price reduced homes for sale, then you're going to follow up and find out what areas are you looking in, what's the price range you're looking for. Worst case scenario, just set them up for something similar to the home that they clicked on. But it just gives you so much more value opportunities to connect with these people. And lastly, here about the ads. If you do not have AI text follow up, I highly recommend it. All right. You can sign up for it right here. After you do your ad, you're going to see the opportunity. It says AI text follow up. You can click subscribe. You're going to enter your credit card. On the next page, you're going to select the name of your AI agent. And then you're going to select, do you want it for buyer leads, seller leads, or both? Literally takes 60 seconds to sign up for it. And before the ad is live, the AI text will be activated. So every lead coming in is going to be followed up with via the AI text. Now, you still want to follow up with these leads. All right. You still want to follow up with these leads, right? Every day you time block an hour, you call through any of the leads that you've generated for that day, but knowing that you've also got the AI text following up. And as soon as the AI text engages and qualifies that lead, it's going to let you know. So you'll always know what's going on with the AI text, because you're going to get emails every time they respond to something. So it's a phenomenal tool. I highly recommend using it. It's one of the things that John was using, and he got that contract, got that lead into contract for $500,000 within 60 days, which is awesome. All right, social media post. This will post up to Facebook, X, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Google. Highly recommend that you do all of it. All right. And people are going to click and they're going to go right to the single property website. Now, keep in mind on that cheat sheet, I've got all this information about how to do Instagram stories, TikToks, and YouTube shorts. And I even give you a 5-day calendar. Is it 5 days or more? It might even be more, but I think it's a 5-day calendar. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So if you started today, there's an Instagram story for every single day of the week up until Saturday. All right. Highly recommend that you do that as well. Those are even more engaging than this right here, but this is good as well. Next up is for the seller. This is so good. We want this on the seller's Facebook page, and then there's an email that we want to share with the seller as well. Why? Because these are some of the best leads out there. These are the people that know the homeowner. All right. So when it's on the seller's wall, who's going to see it? People that know the homeowner, family, colleagues, neighbors, people they know in the community. And they're going to see us doing an open house for the homeowner, for the seller, the person they know. These are some of the best leads. And if you do not do this, you are just absolutely missing out. So what you're going to do is click the green send to seller button. It might say add seller info if it's not there. Drop in their email address, right? There's 2 of them, add both of them. Give it a salutation, dear Ian and Lauren, click send. Do the same thing for the e-flyer. All right. Click the green button. Their information will auto-populate from the previous step. Click send. You will be CC'd. So you're going to be CC'd on these emails. So you're going to know when the seller got them. When you get CC'd, call the seller and say, "Hey, Kendra, Scott here. We got the open house coming up this weekend. I did a Facebook ad. I got some stuff on social media. I got some other things going out as well. But I sent you a couple of things. One, something to put on Facebook, and the other thing is to share via email because you likely know people who know people that would love to move into the area. And in this market, I don't want to leave any stones unturned. So we got a lot of great marketing that we're doing. We're expecting a great crowd at the open house. And I just want to make sure I shared a couple of things with you to share with people that you know to make sure we get even more people. And your sellers are going to love it. The most common feedback I get is that the agent tells me, like, "Oh my God, the seller thought I was a genius. The seller thought that was such a great idea." Role play it like I just shared with you in the context of what you're already doing, that it's going to be a benefit to get even more people there. And if they got any questions, I'll let you know. All right. Once the seller posts that to their Facebook page, a pro tip I got from a top producer was like the post on the seller's page and leave a quick comment, like, looks great. Something super simple like that. And that way, whenever somebody else makes a comment, you're going to get notified because some of those comments are appropriate for you to get notified. And some people will wonder who you are. They'll click through, they'll see that you're the realtor. And I'm telling you, these are some of the best leads out there. So make sure to take advantage of that. Both the post and the e-flyer are going to link automatically through to the single property website. So get those to the seller. Next up is the nearby homeowner letter. This is one of the best tools out there for getting people, the neighbors, to your open house. Absolutely phenomenal. We want to make sure that we are going to invite the neighbors. If you wanted to mail it, you'd probably want to get it out today. So you may not have time to mail it. I know a lot of you, it's cold where you're at right now, but I'm telling you, I would door knock with this. A lot of times clients, once they start using it, they use it like religiously for their open houses because it gets neighbors there. And the neighbors that come from this are usually serious about listing their property. Right. And when you take the tools that we've got, right? When you've got the video playing that I showed you earlier, when I'll show you what that is here in a few minutes, when you got the PDF guides sitting around, when you take the training that we've got in our open house mastery presentation that I showed you earlier, and you start doing an open house like a professional, you're going to get more listings from it. You're going to get more buyers from it. All right. So now it's just, we need to get more people to it. And door knocking with this letter is phenomenal. All right. So I would print up 100 copies. If I got to put on my gloves and my hat and my boots, so be it. All right. People are going to be more likely to be home. And if they like us, if we get along, I've had people get invited into the house. All right. Always be careful. Always watch, what's going on, obviously, and have just phenomenal conversations with homeowners. All right. All right. Are people not watching? All right. We're just going down the list. Nearby homeowner letter right there. Yeah. Make sure you're watching. Okay. Make sure your phones are off. All right. Because you're going to have questions. I'm not going to be able to go back and answer every single one of them. So these are all the same letter. It's just different formats. All right. We got postcards and door hangers. Not so relevant for an open house. Got a circle prospecting script. I highly recommend that we do I don't know how to get to that page to follow along. I don't know. Sarah, I don't know if you're logged in or not. I don't know where. Anyways, we are recording this. You can watch the recording if needed. The circle prospecting script. So this is phenomenal as well. For those of you that like to circle prospect, the script is essentially, there's two versions of it. One where we use the letter and then another one where we don't. So I'm telling you, circle prospecting in open house is phenomenal. We are just letting them know that we're having an open house coming up. We want to invite them there. And oh, by the way, when this home is sold, it will affect your home's value, and that we can offer them a equity update, a home value estimate, our 100-point home marketing plan. But you talk about a phenomenal way to engage in conversation with homeowners. Calling around an open house is one of the best ways. All right. Calling around an open house, calling when a listing goes into contract, calling when a listing sells, updating the homeowners, being of service, right? Acting like you are a white glove agent who you're not calling them to list their home. You're calling them to update them about what's going on. The people that want to list their home will naturally gravitate towards you because you are adding value. All right. You are calling them to say, hey, we're having an open house on Saturday from 1 to 4 p.m. And I just wanted to invite you there. I can be there a little early or a little late. If those times don't work for you, just let me know. And by the way, when this house does sell, it will affect homes around it, and if you're going to need an equity update or home value update, please feel free just to let me know. So it's a very different kind of a phone call versus just cold calling neighbors around. All right. So I would recommend getting involved with circle prospecting. Now we got an e-flyer and a script for your database. Calling the neighbors, connecting with the neighbors is one thing, but you got a list of people in Follow Up Boss, in Lofty, and we got the most gorgeous email. It's very powerful. And we got a great script that goes along with it to invite some of those people in our database. And again, just like the circle prospecting script, we're going to call through our database with value. We're not calling to list the property, right? We are calling them to share what is going on. And again, those people that want to list or buy are going to naturally start asking you about that. So you can send this through Listings to Leads and your CRM. So I can either click send now and send it to whatever list and Listings to Leads. So I might say, send it to all of my buyer leads. Boom, click send. And I could either, like before, just highlight and copy this, or there's a copy code button above. But I could just copy that like we did before, go to my CRM, and in my CRM, right, again, create email blasts. Again, this could be Lofty, this could be Follow Up Boss. I might say open house in Folsom on Saturday, 1 to 4 p.m. Constant contact, get response, or any email program, you can use this. But watch how great this looks. I'm going to just throw it in there. Just so highlight, copy, and look at that. The slideshow, I got the graphic down there. So we're letting people know that when this home is sold, it will affect nearby home values. And they can click this link right here, and they're going to go to, I'll show you, it'll go to this landing page automatically. So there's nothing you need to do except send it through Listings to Leads, or just copy and paste it, send it through your CRM, right? Don't overcomplicate it. Don't make it more difficult than it needs to be. Just get it out and then click on database call script and enjoy making these phone calls. Enjoy making these phone calls because, again, you are just letting people know that, hey, Cindy, this is Scott. Want to let you know we're having an open house on Folsom Street, not far from you. And I would look at my database and I would look at who are my top seller leads, who are my top buyer leads, who are those groups of people that I've not talked to in the last 30 to 60 days. All right. And if I don't have any hot buyer or hot seller leads, just call through your database. If your database isn't great, just find people to call. All right. We want to start talking to more people. The more conversations we have, the more clients we're going to get. All right. And again, this is a phenomenal call because you are doing an open house. Your listing or borrowed, it doesn't matter. So when I call you up, all right, and I say, hey, Kendra, this is Scott. Want to let you know we're having an open house in Folsom on Saturday from 1 to 4. Right. We're going to have some light catering and it's a great property. Would love to see you there. Kendra is not thinking, why the heck is this guy calling me? Kendra is thinking, oh, cool. There's an open house. Now, if she wants to come, great. If she doesn't, great. And if she wants to come and is maybe thinking about selling or buying, Now I'm opening those lines of communication that were not open before. You see how all of this works together? And if I send the email ahead of time, Kendra would have seen the e-flyer. So she got a little kind of a little heads up on it. And so when I call, right, and I say, "Hey, this is Scott. We're having an open house. I sent you the e-flyer a little bit ago, and I just want to follow up with that. Would love to see you there." Right? Now it almost becomes, I don't know if any of you think about retail, think about some of the high-end luxury stores, right? Tiffany's. I worked at Saks Fifth Avenue on Union Square in San Francisco, and when we have events, what do? We call through our client list. We invite our clients to the event, and that's what we're doing right here. So, if you've ever shopped at Tiffany's or you ever shopped at some of these super high-end stores, they literally call you to invite you to events, right? They send you an email to invite you to an event. And that's what we're doing here. And that's where it gets back to what I was talking about earlier. We want that open house to be an event. All right. We're not spending $5,000. So it's not that kind of an event yet, but we're doing an event. We're doing an open house that is at a level one or two steps higher than all those other open houses in our area. Everybody get that? To see how all of this works, we want to elevate ourselves. This is how we do it. And this is how we do it in an audience, in a community facing way so they can see us, right? We're not hiding behind a keyboard. We're not hiding behind an ad. We're physically there, which is why we're doing all of these things to get people into our open house. All right. All of that makes sense for everybody. All right. I don't care what market we're in, we can still have a white glove luxury mindset so that when people come around us, they know this is somebody that's got the ability and capability to take care of me, right? And to do right by me. All right, give me a yes if you get that, if that all makes sense so far. Let me know, let me know, let me know. Come on. Let me see. No? Everybody falling asleep on me. Oh my gosh, that's not good. All right. Thank you, Josh. All right. Finally. All right. Because it was funny when I started working in kind of the luxury retail. I was a lower middle class kid coming out of Flint, Michigan, got out of the army, ended up in San Francisco somehow, and somehow I ended up in that field. And I would be sitting there going, "My God, there's like, how did I end up in this place?" And I realized there's no difference. There's no difference between somebody there, you know what it is? It's just up here in the mind, right? Some people think I can't do that because that's not the kind of person I am. But you can become that if you take the actions to do it. All right. And that's what I mean. You may not nail it this week or next week or the week after, but every week that you do it, you're going to get better at it. All right. Monica, perfect. Short form video script. It's a super easy script. Get yourself out at the property. Maybe you could do a couple of these. All right. But get yourself out to that property as quickly as possible, whether you're going to be in, if it's a little bit cold, or you're in front of the property, and just record a quick video for TikTok or Instagram. You can send it to yourself. So if you're logged in and you want to send it to your email, drop it into a teleprompter app, right? There's a blue button here you can click. I walk you through how to use a teleprompter app. It's super easy, right? Now this is different from those other ones, right? We talked about the stories with the polls and the links in them. That's different. This is just a straight video of me at the property. And it's going to be, "Hey, everybody in Folsom, want to let you know we're doing an open house at 15 The Ambient Way in Folsom on Saturday from 1 to 4 p.m. This is, if you want to get all the photos, details, and more, just text 10006 to 25678 or DM comment below and I'll get everything to you. It's a beautiful property, corner lot, upgraded kitchen, and beautiful open floor plan throughout. If you live in the area, please note that home values are going to change when this home is sold. So if you'd like to get a home value or an equity update, please go to california.freehomevalues.net, or again, comment, DM me below, and I'll get all the information to you. So what am I doing? I'm letting everybody in the area know we're having an open house, and then I'm Always flipping it too. If you are a homeowner watching this video, particularly if you live in the area, your home value is going to change. And I want to be able to help you see what your new home value is going to be and get more information to you. So again, we're using the open house as a vehicle for communication and connection with buyers and homeowners. All right. So get that short form video done. We got the single property website. Nothing you need to do here because everything links to this. All right. You can add video. You can add, there's my open house countdown clock. There's my 3D tour, right? You can put 3D tours in here. That's going to pop up and I can walk around the house. So if you're using 3D tours, get them into your account. Professional photos. So get your professional photos uploaded if you got them. Looks phenomenal. If you've got any of those videos on, for example, I see a lot of people have those videos on Zillow. It's like a bio video maybe on Zillow. You can drop those into Listings to Leads with your single property websites so that everybody that clicks on the ad, that clicks on the post, that clicks on the e-flyer, the seller's post, the seller's e-flyer, all of these different tools see the videos about you. Or if you do, for example, community, you can upload videos. It's got a little kind of cool music in the background. Well, this is a great video about our area. All right. Maps and local, school. They can download your marketing plan, right? Client review video. If you got a client review video. All right. So much great stuff right there. They can get their home value. They can download different guides. So home buyers, home sellers can download different guides. All right. So the single property websites and virtual tours are amazing. And so, real quickly, before I get to the open house sign in form, let me mention, and I would do this today, get this. All right. Go to your association, grab one of these and put it, ooh, bang up my microphone. Put it on the top of your yard sign. Put this on the top of the arm. And there's 3 things I recommend that you do. Put that on the yard sign. 1, 2, grab yourself an acrylic flyer box and get these flyers on the yard sign. Now you can download these flyers for your open house, obviously, way better than what you're using from your brokerage or from whatever. Notice we got 3 ways that these generate leads: QR codes, text code, that's going to automatically be there. Text, in this case, text 1006 to 25678. So they'll get the mobile responsive virtual tour. If they scan the QR code, if anybody wants to scan that, I'll make it real nice and big. Let's go ahead and scan that together. It's the same thing as a text. I mean, that video, it's got the video. Come on, that looks hot. It's just a mobile responsive version of it. Scan down. I got the 3D tour. I got the professional photos all right there. I can go through the 3D tour right on my phone. It works phenomenal. It works so good. So we want these flyers though on the yard sign. Now, why? Because people that are really serious about that property on the buy side are going to drive by it. Neighbors are going to walk by, grab a flyer. So these flyers are phenomenal. And if you got the text with us, get the sign writer. All right, get these sign writers. These sign writers are phenomenal. The text code stays in your account. So when you sell that listing, I can move that writer, I can move the extension and the writer to another listing. And you can get these done locally. You don't have to use our provider. You can get this done locally. And all you got to do is give them your ID numbers, the property ID, in this case 10006, and then the 25678 number. Give that to your local sign writer company. If they can do it for you, phenomenal. If not, you can order right here. All right. But these are phenomenal as well. And this is on, let me see here. No, not that one. There is, let me see here. Click learn more. Yes, there we go. This is what your yard sign should look like essentially. Open house on the top, the sign writer above the big placard, and something I recommend. Notice it says here, I'll put the link in the chat. Link to sign writer mentioned, or not sign writer, to a solar light. This has gotten good feedback from a few different clients. One client recommended it. I've had a few clients buy it in the meantime. And especially nowadays when it gets dark, like at 5 o'clock, to have a light is phenomenal, right? It really sets you apart from everybody else. And that way, all of those people driving, walking by are going to see your yard sign. So that's not an affiliate link. It's just a link. Again, I've had a few different people tell me that they're really good quality lights and that they really enjoy having them. Okie doke. All right. Last thing, and then I'll show where the listing presentation is one more time before we get off. But open house sign-in form. The open house sign-in form is completely customizable. There is an online version and a print version. When you go through the presentation and open house mastery that we walked through at the beginning of this call, you heard me reference the idea of using the print version, right? A lot of top producers use the print version. That's the one that most people use. Just because that way if you got an iPad and you get 2 or 3 people coming in, you're gonna have a bit of a commotion at the iPad, right? And then it's just, I don't want people on my iPad. No top secret things in there, but I just not wanting people on my iPad. I don't know who's coming through. But the print version is what I would use. And in the training we talk about in Open House Mastery, get some clipboards, right? Have them prepared ahead of time. And that right there is going to make you look like a professional. That right there is going to make you look like $1 million when you've got that set up ahead of time. The online version, right, looks like this. All of these are customizable. I'm going to show you that in a second. So when are you looking to buy? Do you own your current home? Are you interested in off-market coming soon pocket listings? What's your realtor's name? I don't have a realtor. Additional feedback, continue, name, phone number, email. When they fill this out, if they leave that checked, they're going to get a copy of your 6 things to check before buying a home guide. And we're going to send it to them automatically. So we will send this guide to them. And I can also, it says here, show contact information first. So if I select that, then I click view. Notice now it's name, phone number, email first, and then it would be those questions. So I can control the order of that. I can also rearrange questions. I can delete, turn off questions. I can add new questions. And any question I add, edit, change, whatever, will reflect both in the online and the paper version. The paper version will change based on the edits I make to this. Make sense? And then there's a QR code. So I think we've covered everything. 2 more things I'm going to mention. One, that video. Remember I showed that video and I said, this is the video version of the listing presentation. And clients love putting this at the open house. Click media library and then type in 100. And there's 3 videos. This is short. If I mouse over the bottom part, short. That's for YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. I would highly recommend you doing it. And this is for the long version. You can play it right from here at the open house if you want to. What some people do is they will download it. There's a download button. They will download it, upload it to their YouTube channel. It's phenomenal. It's a great thing to have on your YouTube channel that The vertical version is phenomenal to put on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. I would pin it on all of those platforms. All right. But this is a great video. You can play this on the seller's TV if you have access to it, if they got YouTube, or you can just play it on your laptop or a tablet. But this is the type of video when I've had agents tell me they've gotten listings from this because people will stop, they'll watch it. The agent just walks up and says, "How do you like the video?" And they say, "Wow, that's a really great video." Yeah, it's part of my 100 plus point home marketing plan. If you live in the area, I'd love to get a copy of it over to you. And when you say my 100 plus point home marketing plan, that gets people's attention. All right. That gets people's attention. And so it's a great way to, again, what are we trying to do? We are trying to set up as many opportunities as possible to create conversations. The video's a great way to do that. The print flyers for the PDF guides are a great way to do that. Having a little bit of catering, whether it's a premium mixed nuts you get at Walmart or Costco with bottled water, can be a good way to do that. But we want to be thinking about when we got people at an open house, how can we appropriately, effectively, in a way that is going to make people want to just take a quick stop and look at something that's going to engage them, where we can then pay attention to what's going on around us, follow up, and then initiate conversations. All right. Pretty straightforward if you think about it. But I tell you, I watch open house trainings all the time. There's nobody doing what we do. All right. There's just literally nobody. There's not a coach. There's not another company that has as many tools for both the pre open house marketing, how to engage people at the open house, and then post open house follow up. All right. And I'm going to go to listings. Right. There's that listing presentation right there. So there's a tab right on the listings page. Right. Here's all your listings and here's listing presentation. So there's a flip book. There's a PDF, right? The print version, right? A bunch of different marketing tools I can take advantage of. And then again, for the open house presentation, go to marketing calendar, presentations, and there's 3 different ones. Open house is the 3rd one. And just, this is something I would go through this once every, I'd go through this every 3 or 4 days until I'm just nailed it. Because you are going to see the better you get at this, the better your open houses are, and the more you're going to enjoy them, the more ROI you're going to get from them, the more business you're going to get from them, the more listings you're going to get from them, the more buyers you're going to get from them. And you're going to be able to create a repeatable, scalable business based on the open houses that you've never been able to do before. But if you just do it haphazardly, if you give up after the first 1 or 2, if you're not serious as a professional, right? Think of sports players, right? They train what, 10 hours a day in the beginning, 7 days a week. They're on the road. They're doing rehab, right? It's nuts. When you think about a professional, if any of you ever had kids that were really good in sports, or you had a friend that was super good, you know how much time they spent to get good at it. And here's the thing. This is not rocket science. This is not like golf or basketball where you got to spend 10,000 hours. Once you get good at this, after maybe 5 or 6 tries, you're going to be so good. You're going to love it. Yes, this is on our YouTube channel right now. As soon as I get done here, it's going to process and it will be on our YouTube channel. All right. And I'll just show you. I'm in presentations. If I go to resources, YouTube right there, Instagram, Facebook mastermind group, I would get involved in all 3 of those. All right, Mark. Good. Yeah. It's about creating conversations. That's why our expired stuff is so good. All right. And for those of you want to take it up a notch, I would, and I talk about this a lot. This is that listing presentation. If you want to go and just, I want you to visualize this. You can print this up, right? I can download and I can select if I want to select, it's going to have default photos, but if I got a great sold listing in particular, I want to select, I can, but I can download this. And if I've got a thermal binder or spiral binder in my office, or maybe take it to Kinko's or Staples, just imagine this real quickly. Somebody comes through the open house and I've got this laying on the table, right? You walk in, right? And I say, "Hi, nice to meet you. The seller would like to have you sign in for security reasons. Thank you so much for that." They sign in and you give them I'm sorry. So, yeah, I'm sorry. They sign in, right? And you get a little bit of small talk. And then at some point, you just say, "My 100 plus point home marketing plan is sitting on the table over there. If you're at all curious to take a look at it, please feel free." Just like that, right? My 100 plus point home marketing plan for getting a home sold in the area is sitting on the table over there. If you're at all curious, go feel free to take a look at it. You don't want to be nonchalant, but you just want to be casual with it, because what's going to happen? The people that own a home are going to probably walk over there. Maybe not right away because they think you're looking at them. They might walk around a little bit and then later on go and start flipping through it and just looking at it. And the people that do, again, it's another conversation point. It's another reason to not, again, we don't want to crash on them. We don't want to crash out on them. But you could just say, "Have you ever seen a plan that involved? Have you ever seen such a great marketing plan before?" "No, I never have." "Oh, have you sold a home in the past?" "Yeah, I did." And, "Oh, do you own a home now?" "Yeah, we own a home over there." "Oh, are you thinking about selling your home at some point this year?" Because when they see this plan, when people present this in the listing presentation, they argue less about price because the agent or the homeowner trusts you. They argue less about commission because now they know what you're doing. And it answers those questions on, what are you going to do to get my home sold? How are you different from all those other agents? So while these other agents are doing an open house and they got their about me up there talking to everybody about how great they are, you're not talking, you're showing, right? You're showing people what it is that you do differently from all of these other agents that are I'm the top producer, I'm all the best, I'm the blah, 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 blah. We want to be showing how we're different, what we're going to be doing. So, anyways, with that, I'm good to go. Everybody, any last minute questions before we go? Thank you for hanging out with me the day before New Year's Eve. All right, we're good. We're good. All right. Get into the mastermind group. Let our support team know if you need any help. I think tomorrow they may be working maybe a half a day. So, yeah, if you got open houses, get started now. Don't wait till Thursday or Friday. Get started now. Get into the mastermind group if you need anything, and we'll help you out. All right. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Mark. Be good. Enjoy. Take care of yourselves New Year's Eve. Remember, Humphrey Bogart said something about, I can't remember exactly. Now, what did he say? Amateur, when all the amateurs come out or something. All right, everybody, be good.